Hey guys, how's it going? It's Zahait here, and we're back with a brand new episode of The Farmer Was Replaced. And what I want to do today is try to do a depth first search maze function. And I've been putting this off for a long time because I don't know what I'm going to do. And I feel like I am just going to break absolutely everything when I try to do this, and it's going to be super inefficient, and it's probably going to just not even work. But I have to try, so we're going to give it a go today. Today's the day. Oh man, I don't even know how to start with something like this. So I think the first thing we want to do is check our farm gold code. This is still going to happen. Then this, if number of pumpkins is less than or number of pumpkins, farm pumpkin, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to do that. That's getting us fertilizer, which we're going to have to do. And then we're getting power. Okay, that we're still going to want to do. So then this part, while goal is greater than items.goal on fertilizer, entities, harvest plant bush, and well, get entities dot bush maze move. Okay, so this I think is where we're going to call up our DFS maze. So I don't know what I'm doing. DFS maze, and let's just get that going. And you know what I'm gonna do maybe is just copy. What's this? Create a new window? Is there an update? What the heck? Oh my gosh, there's so many things. Okay, permanently delete the file. What is it? Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Creates a new window. Creates a new window. Creates a new window. Creates a new window. I'm not sure what is happening. Anyway, I think this is going to be our new code. So we are going to set this to farm gold, and I'm just going to call it new so that I know. And I'll copy all of this. I don't want to break my code that I know already works. So we're going to do this. And then right in here, I'm just going to set this to DFS maze. Like that. Okay. Let's leave all this. Maze move is going to... the farm gold is going to stay. The maze move code, I think, is what's going to change. Because this part is where we're going to have to call the farm gold new, I think. Well, get entity type equals or is not equal to the treasure. We're going to move. So the first time we do this, I think we still have to brute force it, no matter what. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. But let's DFS maze down here. So once that is done, then we will call this new code that we're making. And that means I don't need this anymore. Do you want to permanently delete? Yes. Okay. So in here, I remember reading something about the instructions or the location. Where is my cheat sheet? I guess that's what this is all about now. Okay, something about in here, you can measure the maze, and it'll tell you where the next one is going to be. Items, entities. Where's the gold situation? Gold. Mazes. Okay, something about if we measure the treasure. Using measure on a treasure returns the position it will go to next. Okay, so as soon as we are on the treasure, that is not the right thing. As soon as we are on the treasure, then we are going to call DFS maze. And what this is going to do is next treasure. And we'll set that equal to measure. And that should be it. Okay. So now we know where the next treasure is. Then we have to develop some sort of logistics to figure out which way we want to go to get towards the next treasure. And this is where things are going to start getting a little bit messy. Oh no. Okay, so... Oh. I know we're going to need a list of moves. So, prev moves equals, and for now, it'll just be empty. Okay, that's good. What else do we need? I think that's mostly it. We got to keep track of our previous moves, and we need to know our current location. So I guess I could call that up. Current location equals, and then we already have this a bazillion times. Can I steal it from somewhere? Current location? Somewhere? Hello? Here we go. Get pause X, get pause Y. That's what we want. I could have just typed it, but there we go. Put that in there. Why is this not like this? Isn't that supposed to be like this? Get pause X, get pause Y? Maybe it doesn't matter. It looks like it works both ways. Interesting. Okay, we'll put it back anyway. Okay, so there we go. Now we know our current location and we know the treasure location. So we're going to need to have some sort of function in here that is going to determine which way is the best way to move, assuming there is no walls. So if I'm here and the treasure is here, I don't want to go up, I don't want to go left, I don't want to go down, I want to go right, if I can. So we have to find a way to determine which one of these 4 squares is closest to the potential treasure. So I'm going to need a function for that, because I think we're going to have to check all 4. So we can make a new thing. I don't know. So I think then down here we are going to define, and what do we want to do? Closest? Closest? Maybe? I don't know. And we're going to want to pass in our current location, and we are going to want to pass in next treasure. Now somehow I need to take the location that I'm going to move and figure out how far it is from the location I want to get to, and determine if that is the shortest possible route. So we're going to have to use Pythagoras, I think. I don't know how to square root in this game. Can I go to the power of 0.5? Let me try something. Let's see here. Where is my testing stuff? Okay, we'll print, and then we're just gonna go like 4 to the power of 0.5 and see what it does. Should be 2, hopefully. It is 2. Okay, so that worked out. Okay, and then we can set up a direction dictionary, I think. And then... oh, man, how am I gonna do this? So then I think what we want to do is overwrite all of these things in here with their dimensions. So then if I set directions at north, I think that's how I do this. Directions north is going to be equal to, and then that is going to be our current location plus 1. And we need to take the Pythagorean between that location and the next treasure location. So that is going to be our x position, which is current location at 0, plus, no, minus next treasure at 0. Then we're going to square that whole thing, I think. And then we are going to add the current location 1 plus 1 plus, nope, minus next treasure at 1. And then we're going to square that whole thing. So this is what our dimension if we would be, or our location if we would be moving north 1. This is the treasure. We square that whole thing. And I need to square root this. Although, if we're square rooting everything, I probably don't have to square root anything, because all I'm doing is looking for the smallest one, I believe. So then if I copy this same thing, I'm hoping this works. Does this work? I think it does. Okay. And this should technically cover us if we're on the corner and prevent us from leaving the map. I hope. I hope. Okay. Now, can I just return the minimum of a... I don't know if I can do this. Return the minimum of this. Does that work? I don't know if it does or not. Let's see what happens if I call that now. What if I just call that? I guess I have to actually return something here, don't I? So next move. Next move equals... And then we can go closest. And then we can print next move. And we'll see what that gives us. Closest has never been defined. Closet. Takes 2 arguments. Right. Next treasure. And current location. Put that in there. Okay. Error. This is not a function. Oh, you know what? I think I have to hash this out and actually set this equal to something for now, because there's nothing to measure. So next treasure will equal, I don't know, 9, 9. Maybe not 9, 9. Let's go like 4, 4. Okay. That maybe will work. This is not a function. 4, 4. It should be giving me something useful. Oh! Oh my god, I forgot. This is supposed to be a key, not... Oh my... No. That means every single one of these is wrong. That's why it's saying this is not a function. Okay. I should be able to fix this pretty easily. The operator min cannot be used on the operands north and north. Okay. So then what I need to do is make a little list, make a little for loop and determine which one is the least. For I in directions. Is that right? For I in ders? Maybe we gotta do that. We'll set a variable min equals here, and we'll set it to 0. Min equals 0 for I in ders if... Oh, I don't want it to be 0 though, do I? I want it to be like a big number. 100. I think. You know what? We could just go min equals ders north and just set that as the minimum for now. And then if I is less than minimum, if I is less than minimum, oh, I gotta put an if here. If I is less than minimum, then minimum equals I, and that's it. And then we're going to return minimum, right? I think so. Trying to create a local variable with the name min.min already exists. What? Mini. How does that? Is that better? Are you happy with that now? Why is it saying none? What do you mean, none? Hang on, return. I gotta pause before it returns. What are we getting back here? Mini equals 25. Return mini. Print. Next move. Next move. Why is this like this? Oh no, that's right. Print. Next move. So if I go... Oh, this is return. Return. Okay. Hang on. Let's try that again. This return. Oh, maybe I don't need an equals. There we go. Okay. So, but we don't want it to be 25. We don't want it to be 25. I want it to be a direction. Oh, okay. So I need this to be north. Mini equals north. And then for I in directions, if the directions at that is less than the directions at mini, then mini is going to equal the new guy. I think now it should give me a direction north. North is the correct way. That is the way we want to go. Okay, so I think that part is kind of working. The only thing is, if I try to go north and I hit a wall, my code is broken. But we can try to figure out what to do with that after. So now we have our current location. We know where the treasure is going to be, and we know what we think is the most ideal square to move to next. The only problem is if we hit a wall and our ideal square ends up getting smashed up, then we gotta do something with that information. So now, rather than printing the next move, we will just move and next move. So now that is going to move us in the direction we want to go, hopefully. If I run this, you cannot index into none. Ah, I forgot I need to put something in here again. Okay. I'll just leave this for now until this thing is working. Equals 4, 8. Why not? Let's go with that. So now it should move in a direction. Good. It's moving towards what it thinks is the fastest way to get there. Whoops, wrong button. 4 and 8 it should be going to. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why are we at 9? Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Because it's still trying to get there. My code still runs even if I'm at the square. So that works. Now the problem is, once I move, I need to check if I did move. So if this... I think that's going to return true if I moved, and it's going to return false if I didn't. So if it's true, then what? Then I think we want to just do what we just did again. Right? I think so. So maybe what I do then is put a while loop in here. While current location is not equal to next treasure, we are going to do this part. And then rather than next move, maybe I can just put all of this right in here, and we can get rid of this. Okay, so while current location is not equal to treasure, then we're going to attempt to move to the closest location. If that's true, it means we moved, and then I guess we don't have to do anything else. We moved. Oh, then I guess we can put in our previous moves. And I guess I should add our add in our first location, previous moves equals dot append, and then we are going to add current location, and then previous moves dot append is going to equal current location, because now we've moved and we have to keep track of this somehow. And then if we haven't moved, then we're in a bit of a pickle because our shortest way doesn't work. And we need to go a different way. So I think, whoopsie daisy, I think we're going to want to actually set this as a variable. Move direction is going to equal closest for now. And then we will move in the direction of closest. We will add our current location. I need to reset the current location. So we'll have to do this first. There we go. Current location is now going to equal that. Then previous moves dot append current location. Okay, else. Now we got to figure out what we're trying to do because our move direction failed. So then we kind of want to run this again, but set north equal to infinity. I think. Just make it really high so that we don't go that way again. The problem is, if I go down a path, and then I have to backtrack because I hit a dead end, and I get back to the same square I started on, I have to track the fact that I went east once, and I don't want to go that way ever again. So I almost need to store every location that I've been to, and the directions that I've tried to move as well. So what if I set this previous moves equal to a dictionary, and I can use a 4-digit code to determine which ways I've checked and which ways I've not checked? Maybe. This is getting complicated. There's a reason I haven't done this yet. Then what I need to do is probably also feed this number into here because we're going to need to be able to use whether or not we've checked a side. So we can go sides, maybe. And then, what am I going to do with this? We want to pass in closest current location, next treasure, and previous moves at current location. Oh man, guys, I'm making a mistake. Anyway, that is going to hand us in a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So then down in here, I need to determine each one of these numbers if it's a 1 or not. I don't like this. There's got to be a better way to do this. I wonder if I can put a dictionary and then inside of that dictionary have the reference be a dictionary of directions instead. So instead of 1, 1, 1, 1 like this, I can go North false. Man, I don't know about this. East false. West false. And south should be next. I should do this always in the same order. South false. And in fact, these should all be true, meaning I think I can go that way. Until I know otherwise, I can go that way. And then once I've tried it, I know it's false, perhaps. So if this all works, I should end up with a dictionary of dictionaries. And there we go. At position 4-8, north is true, east is true, south is true, west is true. Okay, that's good. I think that's good. Now what we want to do is pass in previous moves, current location. That is still yes. And then we want to do sides. Sides is fine. But then down in here, I should be setting these things to like a bazillion or like a really big number, right? I think. Since we're looking for the smallest one, these will all default to really high numbers. Okay. And then we only want to override that number if this value for that direction is false. No, is true. So let's go if, and then I gotta go sides, north equals true. Then we'll do this. And then the same thing for all the rest of them. If sides east equals true, and a south and a west. Bingo. Okay, so now we're only going to override them if we haven't tried them before. And then if we go to move, we can override our position. Current location equals get position. And then what I need to do is this thing. We want to add that into here, our new location. So if we did move and it's true, we're going to add our new location with a whole bunch of true, true, true. But before we do that, I also have to override the previous one. Previous moves, current location. So before we override the location, and I need to set the direction that we moved equal to false. So at move dir, does that work? Previous moves, current location, moved dir equals, and then we're going to set that equal to false now because we don't want to try that again next time we come through. I think that's how you call up a dictionary in a dictionary. And then we know if we didn't move, so if we move and it's true, good. If it's false, then we need to set all of this equal to false. Move dir equals false. So I guess that this code is actually happening in both cases, so we could probably put it here. Nope, we cannot, because... No, it's fine. I think it's fine. There we go. Previous move, and then we can take this out of here. And that means we can take that out of there too. And then that should just keep repeating itself. So I think what's going to happen here is the move direction. We're going to check the closest one. Then we're going to try to move to it. Then we're going to set that direction that we're trying to move equal to false so that we know the next time we do it, it's not going to override. Once they're all false, we shouldn't end up going back there. It should just work. So let's pretend that the treasure is at location 1, 1. And see how this does. Error. 4, 7 cannot be used as a key. Here we go. Let's copy that like that. Okay. So I think it's working. Maybe. Now if I set this to like 4, 4, it just goes there. The problem is I don't know what it's going to do once there's an actual maze. Once there's an actual maze, we might be in a bit of trouble. So let me... How am I going to do this? We need to plant a bush. Plant a bush. Entities dot bush. Okay, and then we just need to while get entity type equals entities dot bush use items dot fertilizer, and then what we want to do is call up our farm gold, not farm gold, maze move, because that code should be calling our DFS maze. Okay. We're also gonna need to do something like this in here. While get entity type equals treasure, except we want to do equals treasure, use item fertilizer. So now we're going to be fertilizing the treasure, and then we're going to do this. Oh man, prepare to have all of the broken code. Okay, so we've got ourselves a maze. Hang on, let me close this. We've got ourselves a maze. Now we should go to it, and it's broken. Oh no, what has we done? So here's the problem. I'm moving, and then I'm getting my current location, and then I'm overriding the current dictionary. So I think what I have to do is, if I did move, do that, and then if current location in previous moves, then can I do not in? If it's not in, then I do this. That should work. Let's try this again. Maze move. So we went there. Error, there must be a colon. Ah, you bugger. Okay, let's try this again. Pause, go. Now, what's the problem? We're not moving. And that is a problem. Okay, so now the problem is, if I end up in a situation where everything is false, I can't really move. I mean, I'm forcing it to move north here, but in this case, there's a wall there, so I can't move north. So I can't move at all. So then, before I do this, before I do the move direction, I have to make sure that all of these are not false, because if they are all false, then I can't go anymore. That's a problem. So I'm going to have to go backwards in my list. Which I don't even know if I can do. I don't even know if I can do that with the information that I have. So I think what I need to do is also make a list of moves. Move list? I don't know. Guys, I apologize. I'm making a move list as well. And then what we can do is add our current location to the move list. So move list dot append. And we can add our current location. And then what we'll do is our previous moves, instead of adding current location, we can do move list at position, oh god, length, move list, -1. That should give me the length of the move list -1, which will give me the end key in the move list. Oh boy, this is getting janky. You know, for this first one, I can just leave this as current location because at this point, it's always going to just be current location. So I think that's fine to go current location. Previous moves. At current location. That should work. Or to keep it consistent, we could just go move list at location 0. So that's going to just take this and shove it into here. Now we're going to get our move direction. We are going to set previous moves at move list, and then in this case, we want it to be the last one, always, I think. Move list length of move list -1. Okay. So that is going to get move list at the end and set the direction equal to false, meaning we've now tried that direction. If we moved, then current location is going to get updated. We need to add this to our move list dot append current location. And then if our move list, and I'm going to need this part again, I think. If that is not in previous moves, then we're going to add it to previous moves. Now I need to make sure that we actually have a valid movement. So I got to check that all 3 of these at our current location are not all equal to false. So that kind of sucks. You know, and I was getting all fancy here with move list and blah, 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 but I think all of this could still just be current location. And I don't need to do all this funny stuff. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We can try it and see if it breaks some stuff. Let's leave it the way it was, because I think it's going to give us the same result, and it's a lot easier to read this way. So then what we got to do is check if previous moves at current location at north is equal to true, or, and then we got to do this same check for east or south or west. So if any of those are equal to true, then we have a valid move and we can try all of this stuff. If none of them are true, then we want to move to this is where we're going to need that location. Move list dot move list at location length move list -1. So that should move us to the last location in our list. I'm gonna need an else in here and a colon. Else. And then what we're gonna do is pop the last one. So is it just pop or move list dot pop? Okay, and then that should shorten our list. Move list length of move list -1. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see what happens. Oh, and I think I'm also gonna have to update our current location. So this can go here. Expected a comma or closing bracket. Do I not have enough brackets? Open, 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 close, 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 close. Whoops. Error. This is not a function. Move list at 0. Let's just put this back to current location, I think, for now. Okay, so this seems to be working now for the most part. It kind of breaks after because current location is not equal to treasure location. Once it's there, then we're going to have to fertilize again. So once we're done that, then we fertilize while get entity type. We need all this stuff. Well, get entity type equals entities dot treasure. Use item fertilizer. And then all of this has to be in a while loop that's counting how many times we're going to farm this thing. So number completions, let's just go number. While while count is less than number. Do all of this. I should indent this whole thing. Okay. Use item fertilizer. And then we can go right at the end. Count plus equals +1. Count equals. I always forget how this works. Plus equals 1. Plus equals 1. I don't know. Let's just go count equals count plus, I think is all we have to do, right? Count plus. Let's just say +1. And then I know it's going to work. I don't know. There's too many different ways to do that in codes, and it drives me crazy. So count equals 0. And then this should just keep repeating. But now when I call up DFS, we're going to have to set a number. So somewhere in here, somewhere in my maze move code, we're going to have to call up a number. And I don't know if I want to set this equal to a certain number now or if I'll bring it in. We can put the number in here. I can pass the number in here, and then we can to create a local variable at the new location. I don't know why that's doing that, but maze move, and then I can put in like 10 in here. And then it's broken. And then it's broken. You know what I forgot to do? After we've done all this, I have to, I think, reset everything. Move list and previous moves are going to have to get reset. And then this part could conceivably go in here, I think. And I don't think we need this anymore. How is it even... Oh, it's probably not working at all. That's probably why. Okay. So there. I had that stuff in there. It shouldn't have been in there. Now what's happening? You cannot index into none. Why am I trying to index into none? Move list equals 0. So we've done this. We fertilized it. We got to this part. Count plus 1. Move list dot append. Previous moves. We're setting that. Why do I currently have none? Oh, I think we need to get another treasure. We need to get another treasure. Next treasure equals measure. And I probably shouldn't do this here. I should be doing this before I fertilize. There we go. Because otherwise I am going to get none. And that is probably what is causing me the grief. Let's try that again. Index into none. How am I still getting none? What if I put it in here before the fertilizer? While the current location is not equal to the next treasure, we're going to go and do all that stuff. Let's pause it here when we run it and see if that's going to do what we want. It's not even getting to this point. I think I know why. We're fertilizing it and then we're getting it. We don't want to do this. We'll just call up DFS maze right away. And then in this one, that is where we can say, before we do any of this stuff, while, and that's where we're going to do this part, I think. And before we do that part, we need to do that part, which is happening already. Okay, so that should fix the problem. Okay, well, it tried. It tried. And it failed. But it tried, and now my maze is broken because too many walls are gone. So now, what I have is a code that mostly works, but the problem is, after I move, I set the new location, and I'm assuming each direction is true. Which means, for me, in this situation, I tried north, I couldn't go. I tried west, I couldn't go. I tried south, I couldn't go. Then I tried east, which is good. I want to do that. But then now, what my code is doing is trying to find the shortest way back to this treasure, which in this instance is right back where I started from. So I don't want to go backwards. So I somehow have to set the direction, like the opposite direction that I just went, I have to set that equal to false right in here. And I'm trying to find an elegant solution to that. and it's not the prettiest. I think what I need to do is go like opposites and then set another dictionary. North is equal to south. South is equal to north. East is equal to west, and west is equal to east. You'll see what I'm trying to do in a second. Ops equals, and then what I need to do is once I've added the direction, I need to go previous moves at current location, and then set my ops, the opposite, at direction move direction. Okay. So that is going to take the opposite direction that I moved, and it should set it equal to false, so that I don't go that way. Hopefully. I mean, I hope it does anyway. We'll see what it does in a second. So I'm gonna have to restart my everything so that this is actually gonna work properly. And we're getting closer. It actually did it a couple times before it broke. Let me go back in here, set this to stop. Let's clear all of this again, actually. And then run this. Okay, so now once we're in here, every time it's going to do something, so it's going to move east, which looks correct. So we're going to go ahead and say, yep, do that. Going to move east again. Perfect, that's what we want. It should be moving east again. Yes. Now, while this is happening, our move list should be populating with tiles that we've been on previously. And our previous moves should be populating with the tiles that we were on and the directions that we have tried or been to, which it looks like it is 4-4. West is false, which is good. Means we're not going to go backwards. Okay, so where are we moving right now? We should be moving east again. North. Okay, north is an acceptable way to go, but it didn't work. So now we should be moving east. Yes. And if I look in here, the tile that I'm on, north, should now be false, which it is. Okay, let's go east. Perfect. Gonna check here. We're going north. That seems to be working. We're gonna try north, but north is not working anymore. So now we're gonna try east. East is not working. And now we're stuck. Now we've checked west. We've checked every direction now, right? So north is false, east is false, south is false, and west is false. So what that should do now is when I'm checking that one of these things is true, we should skip over all of that and move to the location that we were just at. I hope. I hope. Does that move us backwards? I'm hoping it does. It seems to have broken. Why doesn't this work? We're so close. This should move us backwards. So the code mostly works. It seems like it bugs out every once in a while, and I haven't quite figured out why. It seems like it's the backtracking part that is messing it up, because I run out of locations. Like right now it's trying to move west for some reason, because it's trying to go to... Where is it trying to go to? It is trying to go to 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. And I don't know how that ended up being a spot, because I could never have gone from a square to this one. It just doesn't make sense. So somewhere where I'm populating this list, it's not quite following my moves properly, which is weird. So let's put a couple pauses in. Anytime I move, I'm going to pause the game, and we'll see how this works. So we should be doing everything appropriately. And now we should be backtracking, hopefully, once we've checked every side. Okay, move to. Now that we've backtracked, our list should only be, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that looks right. Now we're going to continue down our way. We're going to go up. We're going to go left eventually. We're going to go left some more. And now it's going to try this path because it knows it's the shortest one. Or it thinks it's the shortest one. Oh my gosh. It's a slow grind here. But eventually, we brute force our way to the treasure. Okay, now, these should both be 0. 5, 4... Is that where I am? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 4. So that is right. Now, north is going to be false because I'm moving north. So that should all be working. And this is going to take me down some rabbit hole that I don't want to go down. Okay, so now we're going to have to start backtracking, I think. Okay, we're backtracking. There we go. And now we're probably going to try this way, just the way the code was made. Even though we don't really want to try that way. Okay, now we gotta backtrack a little bit more. And then we're gonna try this way. Okay. Now we should be backtracking. Why is it skipping some every once in a while? What the heck is going on there? Very weird. Unless I'm just... maybe... I don't know what's going on. Oh, you know why? Because it's checking, when we get there, there's still some moves that we haven't done yet. So yeah, it has to go back all the way to a spot where we haven't checked. Unfortunately, that was also a dead end. We gotta keep going backwards, also a dead end. Now we should end up with basically what we started with. Okay, we still have a whole pile of stuff in here, which I think is fine. Now we're gonna start going the other way. All of this is fine. Okay, we pushed ourselves in. Now what? Now these guys should be back down to 1. East is false. South is false. Okay, west is gonna be false here right away, and then we're gonna go north. So this guy's gonna start going down the way we want him to. I still don't know why sometimes it breaks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's working. It's still working. Okay. So there's obviously some stuff that could get cleaned up here because this is super inefficient. We're checking every single path before we get down the right one, unfortunately, with this specific run. And now we've broke it. I must have been clicking too fast. So it seems like what has happened in this instance, what has happened is I was going this way. I had to back up to get back to here. Then I came down here, and now it's trying to get to this tile. Let's see. Move list. It's trying to get to 1 and 9. 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's trying to get here from here. So clearly what I did is I deleted this tile right here. And then I never added it back again when I moved. Which means if move... Aha. So here I am not adding it back. We are appending it the first time we do it, but then in here we're not appending it again. So if move direction, I think I need to append the current location in here instead of in here. So let's give that a go and see if that will fix it. Move list.append. Hopefully that resolves the issue. I don't know. We'll have to see if it is going to work now. It seems like it's working. Actually. I'm pleasantly surprised by this. Wow. Okay. So we actually did it. We did it to 10. Let's do it to like I think 300 is the maximum. My maze move command is likely not going to work because it kind of brute forces it the first time. Yeah, we're gonna break stuff. Oh, it did. Okay, we got it to fire up. It should just work. And my count number should be going up every time as well. We're up to 5. Okay, I think it's working. It's not the greatest, but you know what? For my first ever maze function that's not just following a wall, it seems like it's doing okay. There's some real janky stuff going on, though. Sometimes it works really well, and sometimes it doesn't work very well at all. Well, like, why is it so hard to get in there? Okay, I don't know. There's a couple glitches, but for the most part, it seems to be working pretty good. I'm happy with that. I don't know. It's not the greatest. It should just be shooting straight to the tile. I'm not sure why. Like, what is it doing? It's very weird. Okay, it seems to be working now. I don't know. Something's a little bit funky every once in a while. Like that. Why is it doing that? I don't know. But every so often it gets into a groove. It really works well. Okay. I don't know what the heck is going on. I'll have to play around with it a little bit, but that is my first ever attempt at a non-wall following maze solver. It's okay. I'll give it okay. It works. That's the most important thing. It works. Now, I don't know if it's actually faster than what I had before, because it's pretty janky, but what's going on here? Why did it break? Well, use items fertilizer. Why is it not doing it? Huh? Oh, maybe I've maxed it out already. I think I've already maxed it out. Yeah, because we did it 2 times at 10 already. So that is exactly what's going on. Our account number's at 280. Yeah, that should be 300. So we actually maxed it out. Okay, so then while count is less than the number, we're going to do all that. Then after that, all we have to do is harvest. Harvest. And it is done. Oh my god, it's so janky. It's so janky, but it works. That's the most important part. It works. So if I just set that to 10 and we reset this. It's gonna be a long video, guys. I apologize. Holy. So it should brute force the first one and then try to use some sort of logic after that. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't hate it. It could be better, but I don't hate it. Look at that. Harvest. Bingo. We did the thing. Oh, I love it. Guys, I am going to wrap it up right there. If you have any comments on my jankiness, my dictionary of dictionaries or whatever, you name it, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my first ever DFS maze solver. I don't know if this is technically depth first search. I think it is. I think that is by definition what I am doing. So that is awesome. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up right there. I hope you guys are loving the series so far. If you are, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And I will see you next time.